Welcome, YouTube, to the latest edition of If It Ain't Broke, Don't Fix It, Bob. How's everybody doing today? Happy Thursday, by the way. So this is a story, it's actually not a new story. It's kind of an old story, but I don't know, I'm still perturbed about it, so I'm going to speak on it today. Early last summer, Clemson hired a new fire marshal for the fire department there. And of course, you know, this guy can't just come in there and be a fire marshal the same way the previous 1,000 fire marshals before him. Nope. This is not just a Clemson fire marshal problem. This is a problem with anybody, if you give them any shred of power or any sort of decision-making ability that they can make, they've got to come in there and try to make a name for themselves. This fire marshal, I believe his name is Brian Johnson. Now, I don't want to confuse, there's more than one semi-famous or well-known person in Clemson named Brian Johnson. I believe there's a very well-known eye doctor, ophthalmologist in Clemson with the same name, just spelled differently. I'm talking about the Brian Johnson, B-R-Y-A-N, who is the fire marshal, employed by Clemson to be the fire marshal. So anyway, they appoint this guy or hire this guy early last summer to come in there and take over the fire marshal job. Of course, what's one of the first things he does when he gets in there? He's got to go around and screw up tradition in the name of safety. Now, I'm all for safety. I mean, there's a reason you have to have a fire marshal to begin with. Any building you go into in public, you know, there's an elevator, whatever, there's a capacity, but you know, it's set by the fire marshal. It's not safe to have more than 200 people in this area at one time, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I get it. That's fine. But, so you all are familiar with the Hill in Clemson, in Death Valley, in Clemson Memorial Stadium. The hill they run down. You know, they rob the rock, they run down the hill. After that's over with, the students, it's a student section. The students come in to and sit on the hill or stand on the hill and watch the football game and cheer on their team and their university. And this is the way it's always been for decades and decades and decades and decades. No problem. Well, the new fire marshal decides, you know what, this hill area, not quite big enough to be safe for that amount of students. So you're only allowed to have this amount of students, not what you've been having for 50 years or longer. Nope. Now you can't even sell out the stadium. And who suffers from this? It ain't the jabronis like me who are out there overpaying through the nose for a nosebleed seat in that stadium. No, it doesn't hurt me, none. This hurts the students and the student experience. Look, I know there's a lot of fans of other teams out here that could really give two craps about Clemson's Hill, and I get it, fine. I don't care about whatever your tradition at your stadium is either. But it's a shame. It's a shame that now the students have to go there and they can't get the same sort of game day experience that other students have been getting for decades and decades. And you would say, well, was there some sort of fire incident that led to this? No. No. What makes Brian Johnson smarter than the previous fire marshal? I'd like to know that. What is the number, what's the formula that Brian Johnson is using to tell Clemson that they can't sell out their own student section that they've been selling out forever and ever? I would love to know this. Well, you know what? It doesn't even matter. There's a solution to this. And it's a very easy solution. Somebody needs to hire me because I put a stop to this real quick. You know how you fix this? It's really simple. Fire that dumb son of a bitch. Fire him. They're the ones that employ him. He is fireable. He's not an elected official. Say, hey, Brian, Thank you for your service. Now kick rocks. This is just, again, an example of somebody who's trying to fix something that ain't broken. Nothing ever stays the same, does it? There's always got to be somebody that gets their little greasy hands on shit that's not broken and trying to fix it. Always. It happens in politics way worse. I mean, we're out here writing laws that don't need to be written. When in reality, laws need to be taken off of the books, most of them. Not most of them, but a lot of them. Have you ever woke up and turned on the TV and turned on the news and found out that they repealed a law? No. Shit. Once every 10 years, maybe? Maybe less than that. And so it happens at the local level, happens at the federal level, happens at the state level, all the way, from the bottom to the top, bro. From the bottom to the top, bro. But anyway, fire this guy. Fire. Hey, and if for some miracle of God, this Brian Johnson happens to come across this video, hey, go F yourself, buddy.